Over 2 decades have passed since the second film in the Bill and Ted series released, which starred Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. There have been talks of a third film for quite some time, and now, according to Winter, armed with Galaxy Quest director Dean Parisot and financial backers intact, the film is definitely coming. Winter stated the following on the upcoming plot. Bill and Ted will be 40-something, and it's all about Bill and Ted grown up, or not grown up. It's really sweet and really effing funny, but it's a Bill and Ted movie. That's what it is. It's for the fans of Bill and Ted. It fits very neatly in the series. It's not going to feel like a reboot. The conceit is really funny. What if you're middle-aged, haven't really grown up, and you're supposed to have saved the world, and maybe, just maybe, you kinda haven't? There's many versions of ourselves in the movie. It's answering the question, what happened to these guys? They're supposed to have done all this stuff. They weren't the brightest bulbs on the tree. What happened 20 years later? To answer that question in a comedic way felt rich with possibility. Christian, do you like this concept for Bill and Ted 3?
You killed Bill and Ted, you made evil plankweed. I don't know, because there's no mention of time travel in this quote. Right. So that scares me a little. I'm sure we're gonna have time travel. You have to in a Bill and Ted movie. Alex Winter wants this desperately to go.
Oh, yeah,
Alex Winter needs this.
He needs this to go, because
Yeah.
he's been working as like an executive for like Cartoon Network for like the last couple of years. So
he's getting tired of mopping up the floors. He wants to get in the movie.
Well, I'll tell you what. He actually is a very capable creative force. But when he's not, he hasn't acted in a very long time. So of course he wants to push this out there and do it. I think to capitalize on this is smart now, because from what we're hearing, John Wick is fantastic. Keanu Reeves will be in the spotlight again. Then you get Bill and Ted out there. This makes sense. As far as what he's saying in his comments, yes, I want to see what happened to Bill and Ted. I'm a fan. I don't know if maybe a 13, 14, 15-year-old might. Maybe they will. But it's all in how it's executed. It's all in how they do in the time travel. And ultimately, why didn't they save the world? If there's a good explanation for it, I want to see them as the saviors, and so they got to get a little better than 2, and go back to the fun of 1.
Is it possible that we could get Keanu returning to Speed as well as Bill and Ted, because then he's really doing the whole victory tour?
That's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed for that.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
I think also with Dumb and Dumber 2 coming out, it's like, okay, so we've got some older people who are returning to dumber roles. Let's see if we can maybe revisit Bill and Ted. But they've been talking about Bill and Ted for a long time.
They've been talking about it a long time.
I would
years.
love it, and I agree with you on the time travel thing. But at the same time, really, I mean, what do you watch those movies for? The characters. And if those characters are there, and if they are as funny as they were in the past and as likable as they are in the past, I would love if they had time travel aspects.
They have to have Socrates has to come back.
Yeah, Socrates is amazing. It's such a great movie. But like, if they had that revisiting to those characters, it's such an interesting idea. It could go really wrong really fast. But if they get the right kind of screenplay and treat it, with respect, I think it could be awesome.
And the Galaxy Quest director, I mean, that's a really good sign.
Although his last movie was Red 2, so he's had some.
It wasn't embarrassing.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Great, but it wasn't. But Galaxy Quest is a gem, and to have that kind of spoofy fun with it.
I think it's the nostalgia factor. I mean, I was like 12 when this movie came out. I loved it. Like, I would love to see those characters again, like you're saying, if it's done right. I've always been a huge Keanu Reeves fan. I know a lot of people marginalize him and say different things, but I actually will make a case that he's a great actor and never really got the due that he deserves.
That's a great versus topic, because I don't think so.
I do. I love Keanu. I mean, no one else could have been Neo. No one else could have been Johnny Utah.
I feel you on that.
I mean,
those are his roles.
Oh yeah, and
Point
this
Break,
film,
Matrix.
and so I'm optimistic for it. But time travel has to be part of it. And then what do you do without Carlin? You have to recast that part.
Which is weird.
I'm sure. And the other thing, Chris brought up a good point as far as Dumb and Dumber 2 goes, because I wonder if Dumb and Dumber 2 bombs. Let's say it does that hurt this movie's chances? Because Expendables 2, 3, whatever. All
but they're still gonna make 4, 5, and 6.
That's true. What's that?
Do you like everything you've seen so far for Dumb and Dumber 2?
I'm skeptical going into it.
I'm happily optimistic, but at the same time, it's being very, very careful, because it's so near and dear to my heart, and it's one of those things where if those are one of the movies where if it isn't good, I might actually be sad. And so
I feel like this has. I mean. Yeah, I don't hold them on the same level. I love Bill and Ted, but Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite comedies ever, so that is even more dear place in my heart. This, I feel like they could just have a lot of fun with it, and
definitely.
like being stupid is going to be good in this case.
Right.
So I think that it will happen, and you're right. Winter wants this to happen so bad. So we'll see what happens.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.